How the 5 greatest money heists were even possible. In February 2003, guards at the Antwerp World Diamond Center, a facility that handles 80% of the world's uncut diamonds, opened what was meant to be the most secure vault on Earth to find the impossible. Over $100 million in diamonds, gold, and jewels had simply vanished into thin air. There were no alarms, no explosions, no signs of forced entry. It was a perfect, silent crime. The most successful heists don't happen with lasers and theatrical acrobatics. They happen when someone finds a fundamental crack in the system, not in the concrete, but in trust, psychology, and the blind spots everyone else is conditioned to miss. Today, we're breaking down 5 heists that succeeded not by overwhelming force, but by patiently and brilliantly exploiting the one thing no security system can ever truly guard against: human nature. These are stories of obsession, patience, and unbelievable ingenuity. Heist number 5, the Lufthansa heist, a betrayal at JFK. In 1978, a Lufthansa cargo terminal at JFK Airport regularly held millions in untraceable cash, making it a legendary target in the criminal underworld. The real vulnerability wasn't the vault's lock, it was the very people entrusted with its keys. The scheme began with a tip from Lufthansa supervisor Louis Werner. Drowning in over $20,000 of gambling debt, he funneled critical security routines, guard schedules, and vault blueprints to Lucchese crime family associate Jimmy the Gent Burke. The plan relied on absolute precision and priceless insider intel. On December 11th, a masked team entered the terminal knowing exactly how to avoid triggering a 90-second airport lockdown. In just 64 minutes, they walked out with nearly $6 million in cash and jewels, the largest cash robbery in U.S. history at the time, equivalent to over $28 million today. The aftermath was notoriously brutal. Terrified of witnesses and informants, the paranoid Burke began systematically murdering anyone tied to the heist. The body count grew as associates and even their relatives were silenced in a wave of executions that left a bloody trail across New York. In the end, only the inside man, Louis Werner, was convicted for the robbery itself. The money and the rest of the crew were never seen again. Heist number 4, the Banco Central burglary, the tunnel through the floor. In 2005, a gang in Fortaleza, Brazil set their sights on the Banco Central. Their audacious plan relied not on a few minutes of speed, but on 3 months of grueling clandestine labor. 3 months prior, a new business selling artificial grass opened in a rented property near the bank. But they weren't landscapers, they were robbers digging a tunnel. A large team of around 25 people worked in shifts, digging a sophisticated 80-meter tunnel that ran 13 feet beneath a busy city avenue. It was a professional operation, complete with wooden paneling, plastic sheeting, lighting, and its own air circulation system. Their target wasn't the door, it was the floor. They knew the vault's 3.5-foot-thick steel-reinforced concrete floor had no motion detectors or sensors. Over a single weekend, the team broke through the floor and hauled out 3.5 tons of cash, worth about $70 million, hauling it all back through their hand-dug tunnel. The crime was so clean and so quiet that it took hours for the bank to notice on Monday morning that the money was even gone. While some of the lower-level members were eventually caught, the masterminds and the vast majority of the money vanished completely. Heist number 3, the Bangladesh bank cyber heist, the billion-dollar Typo. This heist didn't need a getaway car or a vault combination, just an internet connection and a deep understanding of global finance. In 2016, hackers linked to North Korea's Lazarus Group attempted to steal nearly $1 billion from the Central Bank of Bangladesh. They expertly exploited the foundation of international banking, trust in the SWIFT network, which banks use to send authenticated payment instructions. A SWIFT message is treated as gospel. The hackers spent months inside the bank's systems implanting malware that allowed them to learn procedures, issue transfers, and even cover their tracks by altering transaction records. They made their move, sending 35 fraudulent transfer requests totaling $951 million to accounts in the Philippines and Sri Lanka. $101 million went through instantly. Of that, $81 million was successfully laundered through casinos in the Philippines. The rest of the near-billion-dollar theft was stopped by a single unbelievable mistake, a typo. A $20 million transfer was addressed to the Shalika Foundation instead of Foundation. This tiny error raised a flag at a routing bank, which queried the transaction. By the time the message was seen, the remaining $850 million in transfers were frantically canceled. The $81 million that vanished proved a terrifying new reality. The world's most secure vaults are now digital and can be emptied from a keyboard thousands of miles away. Heist number 2, the Brinks Mat robbery, the River of Gold. The 1983 Brinks Mat robbery wasn't just a theft, it was the catalyst for a criminal empire whose effects are still felt in the British underworld today. On November 26th, Brinks Mat broke into the Brinks Mat warehouse near Heathrow Airport. Their inside man, Anthony Black, let them in. After dousing other guards in gasoline and threatening them for the vault combination, they got inside. They were expecting to find a few million in cash. Instead, they found 3 tons of pure gold bullion, worth 26 million pounds. By sheer dumb luck, they stumbled upon a prize far greater than they could have imagined. They loaded the 6,800 gold bars and drove off. Stealing the gold was easy. Making 3 tons of traceable gold disappear was the hard part. The answer? Alchemy. This began a massive, sophisticated laundering operation that transformed British crime. The gold was smelted down, mixed with copper and other metals to disguise its purity, and then gradually fed back into the legitimate market. It's famously said that much of the gold jewelry sold in the UK after 1983 contains a piece of the Brinks Mat heist. The cash from the laundered gold transformed British crime, but it came with the curse of Brinks Mat, a string of violent murders as those involved silenced each other over the profits. Most of the gold was never seen again. Heist number 1, the Antwerp diamond heist, the impossible crime. This brings us back to the impossible crime in Antwerp. The Diamond Center vault was protected by 10 layers of security, including infrared heat detectors, seismic sensors, Doppler radar, and a magnetic field. Its lock had 100 million possible combinations. It was considered unrobbable, but it was defeated by one man's 4-year obsession. The mastermind, Leonardo Notarbartolo, played the ultimate long game. For over 2 years, he posed as a legitimate diamond merchant, renting an office in the Diamond Center itself. This gave him legitimate 24-hour access and the perfect cover to gather intelligence. He photographed the vault with a pen camera, learned guard routines, and his crew even built a full-scale replica of the vault to practice breaking in. On the night of the heist, his elite team systematically defeated each security measure with ingenious low-tech solutions. They blocked heat sensors with custom-made polystyrene shields, disabled the magnetic door alarm with a simple aluminum plate, and used a specialized tool to crack the vault's supposedly unbreakable lock. Inside, they emptied 123 safe deposit boxes, taking an estimated $100 million in loot. They stole the security tapes and walked out. Not a single alarm went off. It was a perfect crime, undone by a single careless mistake. a paranoid crew member panicked and dumped a bag of garbage containing evidence, including a half-eaten salami sandwich. DNA from that sandwich led police straight to Notarbartolo. Though convicted, Notarbartolo claims it was all part of a larger insurance fraud. To this day, none of the diamonds have ever been recovered. These heists all share the same secret. They weren't about brute force, but about finding and exploiting the invisible loophole, the uncensored floor, the trusted digital signature, the predictable human routine, the complacent guard. These thieves saw systems, not just walls, and knew that any system made by people can be outsmarted by people with enough patience and audacity. Security was always looking for the wrong kind of enemy, the one with a battering ram, not the one with a pin camera and a fake ID. The mountains of unrecovered cash and gold are a lasting reminder that the greatest prize is the audacity to believe you can open any vault on Earth. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe for more breakdowns of the impossible. And let us know in the comments, which heist do you think was the most genius?